Weed control is a significant problem for small and medium-sized market garden enterprises, mostly requiring hand hoeing, which has a significant cost and labour input. Farming Connect is evaluating a new imported French-made hoe, the TerraTech wheel hoe with biodiscs, here at Gleeblands Market Garden near Cardigan with Adam York. So Adam, this is the actual piece of kit.
Okay, red and shiny and ready for action. So we've used a conventional small and medium scale kit previously, hand hose, push or wheel hose, and it involves a significant amount of hand labour. That's our greatest cost. We're always seeking to reduce that. So the opportunity to use a new bit of kit with some discs meant that we might be able to reduce that hand labour time. We might be able to get a slightly cleaner crop with less weed. So we've been evaluating how this might work on leeks and other market garden crops we have here on site.
So I know you transplant your leeks out. Interestingly, you plant them into a shallow trench. Can you tell us the reason for that?
Yeah, so we've tried to do leeks in a number of different ways, but if we put them into a trench, we have the opportunity to push soil back up against the leek, because as a narrow upright plant with little leaf cover, the possibilities of moving soil around mean that you can smother and bury weeds as well as just cut and desiccate them with hand hose. And sometimes moving relatively small amounts of soil can be an efficient thing to do. On a field scale with tractor-powered machinery, moving soil around with different cultivating tools is common enough, but having a small to medium tool that can use discs to move a small amount of soil on specific row crops is a bit of a breakthrough moment. Leeks we thought might make an interesting trial, but it may be appropriate to other crops, beetroot as you can see behind, but perhaps small drilled crops as well. Anything where the opportunity to move soil back and forward achieves a clean base around the crop.
So does the soil actually smother the weeds that are alongside the leeks then? Is that the idea?
So far we've done it and we found it's a very effective tool for burying sort of white hair, small emergent weeds. Anything perennial or grassy, anything that was still alive from the original cultivations, it's not probably going to be enough to bury and kill them. It might well slow them down, but most of the cultivation and weeding work on a site is all about emergent weeds from the existing seed bank that you have. There's always going to be a seed bank, and every time we cultivate soil or plant, we're going to activate some seeds, sometimes quite large numbers. With the leeks specifically, if we can ridge them up a couple of times, we may well avoid one, maybe both of the 2 or even 3 hand hoes that we often do on leeks. The trial was trying to get to the bottom of whether the smothering process and movement of soil was quick in itself, but how effective it was as a process.
So we're still in the data collection phase at the moment. I believe you've done about 3 lots of data collection, looking at weed control and if there is any crop damage and stuff like that. We will be reporting when all the data has been collected, and the results will be available on the Farming Connect website. But to date, Adam, what is your impression of the hoe?
Well, we think it's a pretty serious bit of kit. It came recommended from other parts of the world where it's been in use for a little while, but it's pretty well made, it's well engineered. It certainly compares pretty favourably to any other sort of push hoe type equipment that you see around, either from America or old British equipment. It's certainly one of those versatile bits kit, because you can put other bits of toolage on beyond a biodisc that it looks like a tool with a future to us.